I'm a heavy GoPro user and used the Hero 12 Black for a month already. Is it really worth it, and which are the strong and the weak sides? Let's inspect. GoPro is often referred to as the brand producing the best action cameras, but it's also true that a few weeks ago, with the release of DJI Osmo Action 4, Hero 11 got dethroned due to certain options that were working better on the DJI Osmo Action side. So now we have the Hero 12 Black Edition with a lot of promises about better performance, and we want to figure out whether the king is back. So in this video, through a lot of extra footage, through exploring the interface changes, the new software features, and everything that matters about Hero 12, we want to find out whether we have a new action camera king. Some good news as a starter: we rarely see a premium brand lowering the prices in 2023, and GoPro are among the very few exceptions here. It costs now $399, and if you have GoPro's subscription active, you're gonna get it only for $299. Some discounts for accessories may apply as well, and generally, I feel that paying close to €430 in my case for the GoPro and the Max Lens Mod 2.0 is a fairly good deal, given the fact that it was all close to $150 more bucks a year ago. It now matches the DJI Osmo Action 4 about the price, which is great, because if we have parity about the pricing, it will really be about the features, durability and performance that matter the most. Unboxing is, as usual, the next stage. I somehow always get the basic non-accessory combo, which GoPro usually dispatch within the few first weeks after the launch. Anyhow, this is how the 2023 edition looks like, and while I so much miss the generations 5 and 6 styling, it is good to waste less natural resources. Very limited amount of accessories apparently, and here is the camera. The very same size and shape as the last few generations, similar weight as well. Texture is a little different though, as this rubberized area around the main frame, the return of the quarter-inch thread for mounting small tripods on the bottom, you get the same kind of old battery as Hero 11, apparently manufactured 12 months later, so nothing unusual thus far. Build quality is decent, the feeling in the hand is also good, and the body itself is waterproof, which is good enough for most kind of non-professional water sports, or at least these that do not involve diving deeper than 10 meters. Here, it fails to be the direct competitor from DJI, but some of the specs are definitely cooler. Recording resolution is up to 5.3K at 60 frames per second. There's a revamped Max Lens mode for ultra-wide-angle videos. There's the iconic slow motion of 240 FPS present at 2.7K. There's significantly improved battery life, a great sounding inbuilt microphone, compatibility with a lot of accessories, and the rest is very similar to Hero 11. The GoPro ecosystem has always been very functional, rich on accessories, but we have to admit that now in 2023 with the Hero 12 we barely notice any significant upgrades. Well, yes, we do have a new housing with the same scale and size of the previous generation, just feels like a new skin, and the rest is almost the same. Inside we have the same system on a chip, the same kind of battery, the same lens most likely, the same image sensor which is confirmed. There's a new Max Lens Mod, now called 2.0, which is a bit wider than the preceding generation, and probably in terms of improvements, the most significant one is the return of the quarter-inch mount at the bottom. Very functional adjustment, but over here I could echo DC Rainmaker's recommendation to buy the 4-in-1 conversion plate so that it enables you to use the DJI Osmo Action Quick Release plate. That's pretty awesome. Some people could actually call the hardware thing a downgrade because we no longer have a GPS module inside, and here, being a heavy GoPro user, I tend to agree with GoPro's statements that too few users are actually utilizing this feature. It's obviously having nothing to do with summer leaks promising 4K up to 240 FPS or 1-inch image sensor, probably we can wish that from the next generation, but Hero 12 doesn't support any of these. Therefore, I think our hopes about better image quality and better overall performance are now all focused in the user interface changes and the software improvements. So let's start exploring them. Truth is that the first component, being the revamped UI, is something I kind of dislike at the moment, because I still can't figure out how to utilize some functional equivalents from the old interface. Now, GoPro wants to push you to either use the simple mode or go for the advanced settings by configuring them on your own, which is a good approach, but is definitely irritating for people who are well used to last year's setup. Historically seen, from the past 5 generations, we've seen 3 different approaches towards tuning the settings, while DJI have been pretty consistent about it, and guess what? I feel that the new edition here is also a downgrade. Some quick tips and tricks though. If you want to enable the 10-bit video recording, unlike what it used to be with Hero 11 and selecting it from the Pro Tune settings, you have to configure it in the preferences, and then the new famous GP log mode is going to appear. Yes, besides the flat color mode, there's now a fully functional log mode, limiting the ISO sensitivity between 100 and 400, and again, failing to deliver overexposure warnings. This is kind of weird. The camera lacks such an essential feature, but it gets a log mode which some professionals may actually appreciate. Although, right now some GoPro forum threads states otherwise. The other weird decision is related to the shortcuts, which now do not let you quickly switch between the different frame rates. Well, technically, you can use the presets, but with Hero 11 I was able to switch between the frame rates that I wanted within just 2 taps, and I can assure you this is super functional. Now, if I don't have what I need as a preset, it's gonna take significantly longer time, which I could use for other kind of purposes. Probably other folks, different to me, have reported about this as well, so I hope by the time you watch the review, it's being patched via a firmware update. Also, this happens to be my first GoPro, which got hanging a few times already, and I suspect it's the HDR mode which might have something to do with it. Taking the battery out didn't help. It was a combination between pressing the shutter button and the power button together which fixed it. Or it was a coincidence, but I decided not to dig deeper prior to finishing my work on this video. Whatever you record during daytime is likely gonna look great. If you stay with most of the auto settings, you're hitting the sweet spots. If you wanna go for post-production, I strongly recommend recording in 10-bit flat color mode, or even better, try the log mode. It's a new thing that just got released, so how about being patient about it? We know that some new software features get refined over time. There continues to be the unbeatable slow motion capacity, perhaps the only valid reason I would pick a Hero 12 over a DJI Osmo Action 4 right now. The 240 FPS in 2.7K is insane, and 4K 120 FPS is also a really big deal. Yes, the camera is gonna get warm, overheating is rather unlikely, however not impossible. But this is the state of technology these days, so get to know your device better before pushing it to the limits. These are action cameras, and they're not meant to be maxed out while being static. It's just a nonsense. The GoPro team makes a big deal about the 8x7 format recording. There's quite a lot of buzz around it. The main advantage is the ability to record in 5.3K and crop with minimum amount of video quality loss. Yet another advantage against Osmo Action 4, because there they have 8x6 or the 4x3 at 4K. But in most of the cases, the difference in terms of image quality is hard to notice on a smartphone or a tablet, so don't get too excited about it. The brand new Max Lens Mod 2.0 is quite cool though, up to 177-degree ultra-wide field of view, insanely wide. Beats by around 22 degrees what Osmo Action 4 is capable of, so a side-by-side comparison would be something like this. Oh, and for the record, Hero 12 supports the first generation of Max Mod as well. Oh, this is wicked. I'm so close to the lens. And now just a hand away? Unbelievably wide. That's the Super View Mod 2.0 and a good opportunity to try out the microphone of the new GoPro Hero 12. which is supposed to be very close to the performance of Hero 11, meaning excellent. The other part of the software is down to the GoPro Quick app. Here, I can only wish GoPro to keep the direction of development as it is, because the app works great on both iPhones and Android phones. It is very capable, great for composing short videos, and of course your gateway to use the cloud storage for keeping your recordings if you're paying these $50 for the annual subscription. And hey, finally, the image preview while recording is back. So I still don't know for sure what was the actual reason for not having it with the last few generations. Time to also cover the drawbacks. Low light video is as rubbish as it used to be with Hero 11. Very disappointing, especially given the step forwards DJI have made. If GoPro want to make this action camera closer to being perfect, they may consider adding a display auto brightness feature. Overexposure warnings or zebras gets to fix the little things that require attention from the new user interface. And finally, to bring in an image sensor, which will guarantee that image won't fall apart when it gets darker. To sum things up, it looks like now one of the most useful accessories, being this 4-in-1 plate at the bottom, is not a GoPro-made accessory. And in terms of hardware, we barely see any notable changes. We no longer have a GPS module inside, and among the most innovative things happening to Hero 12 are the availability of a 1/4-inch thread at the bottom for quick access to a tripod. That's kind of weird. And I think we can agree that in terms of low-light performance, DJI Osmo Action 4 is clearly the better choice at the moment. But on the other hand, we have a lower price. We have a revamped user interface, which I'm still getting used to, and I can't really recommend it over Hero 11. We have the log mode, which can be fantastic in certain scenarios. We have the much wider max lens mode 2.0 and some software refinements which kind of make it up to the lack of hardware innovations, especially at the price point. But I don't think the king is back, because that's Hero 12 and it's the most insignificant upgrade from the past few generations, meaning that if you have Hero 11 or 10, even 9, most likely if you buy the 12th generation, you wouldn't notice any significant improvement. So probably save some dollars, buy yourself more original batteries, maybe some more accessories, and wait for the next generation. If you're about to get this as your first action camera, you're certainly going to use one of the best out there on the market. And is it the best one? I don't know. I still consider the Action 4 to be better because of the low light features, and maybe we can carry on the conversation in the comment section below the video. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I hope it makes good sense and has been useful. In case of questions, you know how to reach out, and for more information about the product, some ways to support the channel, you're gonna find such in the video description area. Thanks for watching. I'm Michael. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye!